Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. I did have a live stream planned for earlier today. I wanted to go through the round of 16 possibilities for Chelsea. Obviously, Champions League group stage has just finished, so it's interesting to talk about all the different opponents that we could possibly face and kind of go through the list and decide, what would be the perfect draw for us. Who are certain teams that we want to sort of stay away from, but the live stream didn't go to according to plan. There were some technical issues from my side. My internet just crashed massively, so I had to stop that live stream. I had, Kamal and Vivek and Shyam, a few other people from Football Twitter, Chelsea community. But I thought I'd still do a video from my side and provide the opinion on this particular possibilities of which teams we could face, and basically just analyze some of these teams as well. Not critically analyze, but just sort of high level analysis on them. But yeah, guys, before I get into all of that, guys, I want to take this opportunity to ask each and every one of you guys to smash that like button. If you're already here, please hit that smash that like button, and if you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. So guys, let's get straight into it. I've got my list here. It's hard to remember all these teams that we could possibly see, but let's go with, first of all, Lazio. Lazio, for me, they got out of their group stage, obviously, in the second position. But when I look at their team, it's a team that we could possibly negate nicely against. They've got some really good players: Ciro Immobile, Sergej Milinkovic, Savic, and they're doing pretty all right in the Italian Serie A at the moment. But I think overall this team should not be a massive issue for us if we were to get drawn against them. They just had a draw against Club Brugge, and overall, it's a team I feel like our team is probably a lot stronger than Lazio's one, I feel personally. So this is a particular team that I wouldn't mind facing, and it's a team that over two legs we definitely have a massive chance against them. Next one, Porto, FC Porto, very, very strong team, Portuguese team. They've done extremely well in their group as well. I think they were from the Manchester City group, and they pretty much won everything, obviously, besides the City one. And they've got some really good quality players in that team. Felipe Anderson recently went from West Ham to over there. I didn't even know that happened, but they've got other really quality players in there. They play a very good brand of football. Malang Sarr is the question mark for me. I'm not sure if he's allowed to play against us. I know in the Premier League, if you get loaned to another team, then you're not allowed to play against your home or your parent club. But please let me know what the situation is with Champions League, whether Malang Sarr can play. I mean, it'd be amazing if he was allowed to play against Chelsea. This would be a very tough tie, I would say, but it's not a tie that we can't win once again. But possibly, I don't know if I really want to face them. But nonetheless, as I said, if we do draw against them, I think I'd be more than confident that we should be able to go ahead. Next up, Borussia Mönchengladbach. I've actually watched a couple of their matches last season and also this season in the Champions League. I watched their first game against Real Madrid where they beat them. This is a very, very good team. They've got Marcus Thuram up front, who's really good. They've got Dennis Zakaria, who we've been linked with. Overall, they play a very good brand of football as well. Unlucky that Real Madrid ended up coming first in their group, which, to be honest, baffles me because Madrid haven't played well at all in that group. To be honest, Gladbach played really well in that particular, probably deserved to be first in that group. So if we were to draw Gladbach, once again, I'm not scared of them. I think Chelsea would negate past them over two legs. But this would be a very interesting tie, especially the one in Germany. I think will be a very interesting tie if we were to get them. But they're a team. I feel like we once again should be able to go past them, especially at the bridge. I think Chelsea would take care of them nicely, and that would set it up, nicely away from home, depending on obviously which tie happens first. But once again, this is a team that I feel we should be able to negotiate our way through. Next up, we've got Atalanta. Once again, Atalanta, I've watched a few games. Obviously, recently they beat Liverpool 2-0 after getting beat by them, I think 5-0. This is a very classy team. They did so well last season in the Champions League. They've got some really good players like Zakata, Pasalic, who's also a ex-Chelsea, loanee, I suppose. And overall, Angusen, we've been linked with him as well in left back. Overall, these guys play some fantastic possession-based football. They are very good. Have a look at some of their clips. They play fantastic football. This would be a very, very good, interesting challenge for us, I believe. Last season, it's not a surprise that they did well. Once again, I fancy ourselves against us, but I don't think this would be a very clear-cut match. Straight up that we'll just annihilate them. I think they are a solid team that could pose trouble to any top teams out there in Europe at the moment. Their coach is doing some magnificent work over there. Overall, once again, if we were to get tight against them, I feel we should be able to negate past them. Next up, Red Bull Leipzig. This team, after losing Werner, has still gone ahead strength to strength and done well again. Yeah, they just beat Man United, knocked out Man United to the Europa League after getting beat by them earlier on. I believe it was 5-0 or something like that. They still came through that particular group, and they're an excellent team. They've got Upamecano at the back. They've got some solid midfielders and fantastic forward line as well. Just because they've lost our player Werner, Timo Werner, it hasn't stopped them. They've still gone strength to strength. They've got Dani Olmo, one of their really, really key players who's been doing fantastically this season. So this one would be a tough challenge, especially away from home at Leipzig would be very tough. This is probably a team that I would want to avoid, one of the teams that I would want to avoid in this particular group. I feel like this could, they're a team that could trouble absolutely anyone of the top European teams. So one of the teams that I would probably want to stay away from. Next up, Atletico Madrid. This is probably the number one team that I want to stay away from. These guys are very, very good in knockout stages. We saw what they did last season to Liverpool. This time they've got Luis Suarez up front. They've got João Felix, who's on fire at the moment. We've been linked with their centre-back, Jimenez. So overall, this is a very strong team. Diego Simeone, he plays a particular football that is a dirty type of football. We play a very nice brand, possession-based. This is exactly the type of opponent that we want to stay away from in this particular, round of 16. Because I feel this would be a very difficult challenge for us. Yes, we've done it. We've beaten them, previously at their home, but over 2 legs, this will be a very tough encounter against Atletico Madrid if we were to draw against them. And this would probably be my most toughest draw, so I'd want to stay away from. Lastly, Barcelona, guys. Honestly speaking, I feel like this would be a very, very good draw for us because Barcelona right now, they're not doing that well. They've been absolutely rubbish. Messi looks disinterested, even though he's still carrying the team. But they look so disinterested. They've just been thumped by Juventus. They've been getting thumped by many other teams as well. And over the last few seasons, they've been getting thumped by a few. They've got ripped apart by Roma, Liverpool, and a few other teams as well. Bayern Munich last season, they got ripped apart. So, this team I wouldn't mind facing, actually. I would classify it as one of the dream draws for us, knowing where they are at the moment. So, I wouldn't mind one bit. Now, just to summarize, looking back, who I wouldn't mind, who I think would, I would like to avoid. Definitely Atletico Madrid, number one team to avoid. Red Bull Leipzig for me, another team to avoid. Atalanta would be quite a difficult task as well. I think the teams that I wouldn't mind seeing in the next round for us is Lazio, Porto, Barcelona, Gladbach. I think we can take care of them. So, 4 teams, Barcelona, Gladbach, Porto, Lazio. Those probably would be nice or dream draw for us. And Atletico probably would be the worst case scenario. Red Bull Leipzig, the number 2 sort of worst case scenario, and Atalanta being the number 3. I think at the end of the day, I fancy ourselves against all of us, and we need to face some of these bigger teams anyway. But hopefully we get a nicer draw and see some other teams, the tougher teams in the quarterfinals. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are as to who would be your dream draw for Chelsea in round of 16, which will be on Monday, the draw, and who would be a nightmare draw for us. Please comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a live stream for the Everton match preview. Until next time, see ya.